What's up guys, welcome to Veldora-kun. From our previous episode, we have witnessed a progress of the plans for the festival. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I will put the link in the description below. Just a quick warning, these videos contain spoilers from the light novel. By the way, please follow my backup channel with all the lost videos. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community, Veldora-kun Subordinates. The link is in the description box. So now in this video we will review what happened next, which is Rimuru assigning deserving candidates as level bosses and a report from So-wei. But before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. Ramrus also said, I'm thinking about making a new elemental golem, so I want you to get the materials for me, and Veldora added, just find a suitable lord candidate for me. Also, remember to clean the primal forest first. Rimuru was silent and thinking, he was about to turn Veldora down, but three of the guests talked in unison. Shuna said, if that's the case, there are some pretty suitable candidates. Then Trainee, Sir Rimuru, why don't you let them take care of this? And lastly Ranga, my master, there are indeed some pretty good candidates I think of. Shuna said that White, a Dalman, was suitable for the role. Hearing her comment, Gabiru nodded in agreement. Shuna explained, Adalman's forces are weak against sunlight, so they would thrive in cave-like environments. I think the labyrinth would be perfect for them. And she added in an annoyed tone, besides, that guy practically treats Rimuru-sama as god, which is pretty intolerable. In Adalman's eyes, Rimuru was a god, and Shuna his shrine princess. That was pretty annoying, yes. So Rimuru decided, then let's have Adalman as the boss of level 60. And Ramrus, I'll get some stuff to make an elemental golem with. Have Adalman help you out. And so, the search for a monster lord in levels 60 and 70 had been resolved. Next, it was Trainee-san's turn to speak. She suggested leaving floors 71 through 80 to Zijin and Apido. She said, those two can summon their underlings, so they should be able to reclaim those floors in quick order. She then looked at Ramrus and continued, I think that Zijin would make a fine boss for floor 80. He's done a wonderful job protecting the Trient homeland up to now. Veldora chimed, that sounds like a splendid idea, I would be happy to train him up to a fighter worthy of making floor 80 proud. Yeah, Zijin was definitely a lot stronger than one might guess. When Rimuru last checked on him, he had already grown stronger than the Tempest serpent of level 40. But he was still just an insect, barely the size of a small animal. Rimuru's not sure how much you could train up something like that, but oh well. He already knew Veldora was a weirdo, so he could just let him do what he liked. At last, they came to Ranga's suggestion. He said, Master, the Yauko, monster fox, that you left with me has awakened. It says that it really enjoys exploring the forest. I would suggest accepting the offer, perhaps. Rimuru asked the fox, do you want to give it a try? And it said, indeed, I do, sir. It's so cute. But suddenly realized that there was a problem. This fox, nicknamed Ninehead Back, when it was under Clayman's control, still didn't really have a name. Rimuru said, before that, let me give you a name. From today onward, you will be known as Kumara. Rimuru's body suddenly felt exhausted. This was soon followed by panic. Wisdom King Raphael said, notice. This is the effect of naming. Since the subject, Kumara, held a vast amount of magicule energy. Thus, the magicule consumption of said action has exceeded expectation. Moreover, after being named, Kumara grew almost instantaneously, and the number of its tails increased from 4 all the way up to 9. It had only 3 during the fight with Ranga, and each of those tails had its own special ability. In other words, now it would probably be able to summon 9 different beasts. Kumara said, thank you, Rimuru-sama. I will do my best. With that, the problems raised by Ramrus and Veldora had been resolved. This labyrinth was our proud masterpiece, and the executives also seemed to be looking forward to it. Rimuru gave Kumara a pat on the head. Finally, it seemed that the report regarding the founding festival had now concluded. Rimuru wanted to listen to So-wei's recent findings. He said, then, So-wei, I'll trouble you to do the briefing. And So-wei started his findings. What he had for Rimuru was quite a surprise. It turned out a certain criminal organization called Slave Trade Union had been eliminated by the chosen hero. Its exposure and downfall had already led to severe consequences for certain nobility around the world, including that Viscount Kazakh guy, who was now in the custody of the Bloomant authorities. So Wei added, even the towns near Ingratia have been spreading this news. The Slave Trade Union is an international criminal organization. They possessed armed militia consisting of many slave warriors. They even had magic beasts and magians as slaves, and their military power was equivalent to that of a small country, but it said a hero's band was all it took to destroy it. The chosen hero, Shining Masayuki, was said to be the most popular and allegedly strongest man within the Western nations. A reputation no doubt buoyed by the news of my victory over Hinata. Did becoming known as a defeated foe of the demon lord mean that she was no longer worthy of carrying the hope of mankind? Rimuru felt like he did something bad to her now. Hope she doesn't take it personally. But back to Masayuki. There was too little information so far to judge his personality and strength. So Wei reported, it seems that several elves were captured by the trade union. Masayuki apparently is bringing them to our kingdom. Sounds like I owe him a word or two of gratitude. However, the problem was. So Wei added, how about it, Rimuru-sama? If you like, I could dispatch him before he causes any trouble for us. And Rimuru stopped him. No, don't do that. I want to meet him. Maybe have a chat with him. And So Wei understood, all right. Anyone who professes to slay a demon lord needs to be taught a lesson, in my personal opinion, but. Right, just as his words indicated, the Western nations were all spreading the rumor that Masayuki was coming to eliminate Rimuru. Speaking of which, as they were preparing the founding festival and dealing with such important national affairs, it would be very bad if they provoked the chosen hero. Rimuru was worried the battle-obsessed members of his staff, Xian and Diablo, to say nothing of So Wei, would defy orders, run off, and do something terribly unwise. Rimuru announced, when the chosen hero Masayuki comes here, let me handle things. Absolutely no touching him, you got it? And they all replied, understood. It's only 3 days until the founding festival, and already, they have a problem. But not long from now, a massive intense party was about to kick off and throw all his trivial worries to the wind. And that's it for my video. I will start the shoutout for my subordinates on my next video. And please, help me reach 1,000 followers on this account. A subscribe means a lot to me. Thank you. See you on my next upload.